Welcome to Buzzworthy Radio. Here's your host, NaVell J. Lee.
As we continue our coverage of the ATX TV Festival here in downtown Austin, Texas, we sat down with Tom Fontana, who was the showrunner of NBC's Homicide: Life on the Street. Tom Fontana is joining me right now, and we are here celebrating Homicide: Life on the Street. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Homicide is one of my favorite shows. So when I heard I was going to speak to you today, I kind of fanboyed a little bit, just a little bit. But it also became a love of mine because of Law and Order, the OG Law and Order, because I had to decipher that because obviously we have many iterations of this show. But the original Law and Order, which I did grow up with first before SVU, has been one of my favorite shows, mainly because I loved Jerry Orbach on the show.
Well, he was a dear friend of mine, and he was a wonderful actor and a Broadway musical star and a dramatic actor, and just a really, really solid human being.
I didn't get into the show until after Chris left, and I started when Benjamin Bratt joined the show. And I know that there had been some, because I want to get into this too, because I know you and Dick Wolf have been friends for a very long time.
He was doing Hill Street when I was doing St. Elsewhere.
St. Elsewhere, that's right. And how did the whole thing come about to where Homicide and Law and Order had those crossover episodes?
Well, if you ask the different people who were at this table, you would get four different. We were at the NBC upfronts, and I owned this restaurant called Match that was the party center for the upfront. And I was at a table with Barry Levinson, Dick Wolf, Warren Littlefield, who was running the network at the time.
Warren Littlefield, yeah.
And me. And we were chatting about Law and Order, and we were chatting about Homicide coming back, blah, blah, blah. Just, a bunch of buttheads chattering. And the idea of the crossover came up. Now, if you asked Barry, it was his idea. You asked Dick, it was his idea. If you asked Warren, it was his idea. I always say it was the waiter. The waiter was listening to these bunch of...
If you really want to know the true story, it was technically my idea. So we're going to throw that out there for you today.
All right.
It created one of my favorite SVU characters who eventually went over to the show, John Lunch.
Oh, yeah.
John Munch. Yeah. I love and miss that man dearly, Richard Belzer. He was incredible.
Again, another dear, dear, dear friend of mine. And, it was funny because Richard and Jerry Orbach had never worked together before. The episode where he found out, where Munch finds out that Lenny had slept with
that's right,
his wife. And anyway, they just got along so well. They became friends for the rest of Jerry's life. And we started with Munch. We didn't really have a clear sense of who that character was. And the minute we cast Bells, we knew who this character was. So when Dick Wolf called me to say, look, because we were going off the air, and he said, I'm starting this show, SVU, and I want to use the character of Munch, I was like, go for it, do it. And,
really?
Yeah. Though a little known fact is Barry and I waived our fee because we should have been paid every episode that Munch was in an SVU episode. If I'd have known he'd have been on the series for 20 years.
Yeah, as a regular.
I would have made a little bit of money. So sometimes a good deed does go punished.
SVU's gain was Homicide's loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we were going off.
You were going off the air at that point anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like it was already.
Yeah,
It was either already done, because I know you had the movie in 2000, which served as like the finale of the series.
Mhm.
So, and SVU started in what, 98, 99?
I have no memory for years.
It's gone.
Yeah.
100 years of NBC.
Yeah.
100 years.
And they're going to keep going till they get it right.
I felt like they already got it right at one point.
No, they did. When in the Brandon Tartikoff, Grant Tinker period,
Yeah.
was really the best because you know, we did St. Elsewhere, and then we did Homicide.
And he did Homicide.
Mm.
You know, there was so much growing up with NBC when I started watching that network, you know, late 80s, early 90s, that obviously Must See TV Thursdays was hot on the radar with the sitcom sphere with Cosby Show, A Different World. Cheers was on at the time. And then I think NBC, and please, guys online, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think I am. I think NBC was the only network at the time that had new episodes on Saturdays.
Well, yes. I mean, the thing is, Saturdays used to be huge. And CBS, Mary Tyler Moore, All in the Family, Carol Burnett. Those were all, first time you could see them were on a Saturday on CBS. Somehow it went out of favor.
It did, yeah.
And whether that was they were trying to drive people to movies or something, I don't know. I don't know why suddenly Saturday became like the Death Star or something, you know. But yeah, NBC had a lot of really good programming. But they also had the A-Team. They had Alf. You know, I mean, a lot of people love Alf.
I was
a big Alf fan.
I was a big Hunter guy.
Oh, Hunter.
I loved Hunter, especially during the years when Stephanie Kramer was on the show, because you know, she left in the last year of the show's run. But I was a big Hunter fan. I loved that show. That was a part of my Saturday night as a kid.
Yeah.
Was watching Hunter, and then you had before that the Golden Girls and 227 and Amen on at the time. But Hunter was my jam. And I feel like that was probably the show that got me into crime procedurals, because as I mentioned, I went into Law and Order after that, and then Homicide, Life on the Street, and now I'm a fan of SVU. And it's just, I love that genre. I'm a big fan of that genre. And so I need to get back on a binge of Homicide because it's been so long since I've watched it. I need to sit back and rewatch it again.
It's on Peacock,
which I have.
And it's on something called Charge, which it just started showing on Charge, which I think is one of those like Tubi.
Oh, like one of those
networks.
channels.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's on Hulu. It's out there.
It's interesting to bring that up, because when we talked about the crossover ones and you're watching Law and Order, and you know it's those episodes where it ties into Homicide, you're watching the edited version, because obviously it's not going to go into the Homicide episode. So it's so weird when I was watching a couple of those and I'm going, I know this show continues on Homicide. This is a very weird ending. Like, this doesn't end right for me. So,
well, I mean, the Law and Order always ended with somebody went to jail, and you know, and with the crossovers, they couldn't go to jail because
we had to continue the story.
We
had to continue the story.
I don't know if you remember this, but J.K. Simmons was the featured villain in one of the crossovers, and it was off that I cast him in Oz. So
that was another show that was huge at the time, and you had Chris Maloney that was a part of that show. B.D. Wong was on that show as well.
B.D. Wong, Rita Moreno, Terry Kinney, Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Dean Winters, Lee Tergesen. It was a great cast.
Is that still getting recognized even to this day?
I think what Oz is now being recognized as, that it broke the virginity of HBO.
That was a good word. That was a good word. Didn't know where you were going with that.
I knew that but you know what I'm saying? That it was because of the success of Oz that David Chase was able to do Sopranos, and Alan Ball was able to do 6 Feet Under, and everything they did after that. The show itself had no direct influence on Sopranos or 6 Feet Under or well, if you ask David Simon, who's here somewhere, he will say that when he saw what I could get away with on Oz, he decided that he wanted to do The Wire.
Okay.
So
another good show.
I do take credit for The Wire being at least conceived once the virginity thing was over. That
I'm going to use that from now on.
I'm like, it's all, keep the metaphor.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that one. I'm going to run with that. You have a panel today, I believe, and they're talking about one of the homicide episodes during this. What else can we expect to see from you guys today that you can tell us?
Well, I don't know.
And that could be a good thing.
We're going to talk about 3 Men and Adina, which was an episode that I wrote in the first season. That Kyle Secor was one of the 3 actors who was primarily in that episode. Beyond that, I think we'll just probably be telling very nasty stories about each other and the members of the cast who aren't there. So.
Well, I look forward to that. I will be there for that, and I really appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your time to talk to me. Thank you so much.